Robert, what are you doing with that fire extinguisher?
Oh, this old thing?
Mm-hmm.
I was testing it to make sure it was still good, but I think it's clogged or something. Could you take a look in there and see if you see anything? Hello, I am Robert.
Hello, I am Noelle.
What's the film we're talking about today, Noelle?
The Call from 2020.
You all should know that this is a Korean film, and I watched it. You could watch it dubbed in English. Right? You watched it dubbed, or you watched it in the original Korean?
I watched it in the Korean with subtitles.
I'm calling bullshit on that.
No, I did.
Do you speak Korean?
No, I had American English subtitles.
Okay. I had it dubbed and with subtitles. Got it all. Anyway, this is not a time travel movie, but it's sort of a time travel movie. Here's the premise. Two girls, I think they're both 25, mid-20s.
20-something.
They live in the same house, but about 20 years apart. And they're connected by the telephone. So present-day girl, who is So Young, is the character's name, gets a phone call. Hello? Whatever hello is in Korean. Hello? And it's Young Suk from 1999. And she's calling and she says a bunch of shit about her mom.
Help me, my mom's attacking me.
Yeah, my mom's nuts.
I hate her. Save me.
Takes them a while to figure out. Send help. I'm at, and she gives the address, and they figure out this is crazy, but we're living in the same house, and they do a little research, and the girl. Here's the thing: the girl in the present in 2020, So Young, she has the internet at her fingertips, so she could research anything. She has all the knowledge, but she can't do anything.
Right, she has no power.
That impacts the past. However, Young Suk, in 1999, she has the power to take actions to change the future. Right? So, which is more valuable? Which would you choose?
Well, having seen the movie, I'd probably...
Don't give it away. But let me just say this, young lady. Every action you take
there are consequences.
Determines your future at this point. So you're already a time fucking traveler. That's how I look at it, at least. But the first half of this movie, it's almost 2 hours, an hour and 50 minutes, and I think the first 50 minutes of this movie, it's not a horror movie other than the mom is really mean to Young Suk.
And freaky. They say she's a shaman?
She's some kind of shaman witch doctor.
Voodoo on her daughter.
She thinks her daughter is possessed or something, and she whacks her with stuff and ties her up and does rituals and stuff. It's not a good, well, I would say it's not a good childhood, but she's 25 or so. I don't know why she lets herself.
It's not a good life.
Yeah. But other than that, the first 50 minutes is kind of a feel-good movie. It's a happy...
They're friends.
It's a happy little... I'll call it time travel. They're not really time travelers, but it's a happy little time travel story. At around 50 minutes, it's a happy ending. A life gets saved, and really, a couple lives get saved, and then it takes a horrible turn, and that's when it becomes a horror movie. You could argue maybe before that it's maybe it's science fiction. You're talking to the past on the telephone, I guess, but. It becomes a dark horror thriller and a mystery because there's time communication involved. Long. Hour and 50-ish minutes, close to 2 hours. What else can we say without spoiling anything? People get killed. I mean, there's some people get killed.
It's a very high concept movie. I think you could benefit from watching it more than once because a lot is thrown at you.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of which, me and my rules again. You gotta make rules, you gotta stick to them in the universe of your film. And they do a very good job here, I think. Like the girl in the past in 1999, her past has already happened. She can't change her life up to that point. She can change the future from that point on, but she can't change. All of what I just said is true, except there's a post-credits scene.
Right.
The post-credits scene is crap.
Don't watch it.
I don't even think you should watch it. Don't even watch it, because they violate the rules that they set up, and it changes the whole, movie if you believe it's part of the movie. That was crappy and not well done, so ignore it. Ignore the post-credits scene, and you'll be fine. I do want to mention the fact that you may say, this movie sounds like The Lake House, the movie starring Sandra Bullock and Keanu Reeves, where one of them communicates via written letters in the mailbox in the front of the lake house. And I'm not sure how far apart those people are in the movie. It's not 20 years, it's less than 20 years, but they're communicating across time through, I guess the mailbox is magic. I don't friggin' know. Just like, why is this phone communicate between,
the 1990s.
2 decades? Like, I don't know. I guess it's a magic phone. I don't know. In the year 2000, bear with me.
I was alive.
Okay, but you gotta follow. There was a South Korean film called Ilmar or Ilmare or Ilmari, I don't know how to pronounce it in Korean, that was a drama/romance about 2 people communicating through time and falling in love. That's exactly what The Lake House is. Why? Because The Lake House was a remake of, an American remake of Ilmar. Fast forward to The Call. The director said, I would like to make a horror movie version of Ilmar. And that's what The Call is. This movie also borrows heavily from a 2011 movie called The Caller, which is much more of a suspense horror thriller, which they basically got the idea first. They made a horror thriller movie out of The Lake House on the phone, using a phone instead of a mailbox. Anyway, long and convoluted history of people stealing scripts from each other, but I think this movie came out pretty well.
I liked it.
I like to sometimes talk about goofs. Do you think... So, this is a time sort of travel movie. So it's sometimes very difficult to say, was that a goof or did things just change? Did you notice a goof in this?
Aside from the rules changing in the post-credits
Yeah,
scene,
I'm not counting the post-credits thing.
I don't know. Did you notice a goof?
Yes. So when Young Suk in the past does something to change her future, the future, we see, at least the first time or first couple times, we see the contemporary protagonist, So Young, in our present time, 2020 or whatever it is.
Oh, I see where you're going.
And the whole, the world, shatters, visually. They use special effects and VFX to kind of shatter her world. It is almost like exploding, and then it reforms, and sometimes it's very different,
right.
Looks different, the wall's a different color or whatever. So I call that a time storm. When they change the time in the past, the time storm moves through into the future, and then it reforms the future. except when it doesn't. There's a couple of instances where, and it's a big change, like she kills somebody and they get erased from the future and nothing happens.
Right.
Didn't ruin it for me. I understand why they did it, but they still broke their own rules. One aspect I like about this movie is that they're in the same house, and there's like a secret, there's a secret walled off section in the house that they walled it off in the past, and the future girl finds it, and what's down at the bottom of those stairs?
Oh, the bathroom.
Yeah, it's like a cursed bathroom. You ever been in a cursed bathroom?
Metaphorically, yes.
No,
Literally, no.
I mean in reality. I've been in a cursed bathroom, and it ain't pretty. Lines from the movie. Are you watching me right now?
You really killed me.
Which is a good thing if you're watching comedy, but it's not comedy. Time for a pumpkin rating of The Call. How many pumpkins? If I knew how to count in Korean, I would say 1, 2, 3.
4.
This is all you. How
This
many
is all
you
me?
want? You want to give it 4?
I say 4.
I think you're wrong.
You think
I
I'm
think
wrong?
it's 3.5.
You think it's 3.5? I'm generous, I guess.
It's a solid movie. It's about sort of time travel, but not quite. It does borrow heavily from previous scripts and movies. Also, one I didn't mention, back from like 1980, starring Christopher Reeve and Jane Seymour, Somewhere in Time. That's a classic love time travel story. It's not new, folks. They do a good job, though.
They do it. They do a good
You said
job.
do.
I did say do. That was a mistake.
Around me it is, yes.
Yeah.